Oh, hello there, Grandpa. So you wanted to see me?
Yes, CEAZOR. Sit down here with me.
Well, Grandpa, I'm kind of busy, you know.
Sit down, CEAZOR. Don't make me get the slipper.
Oh, okay. Well, what did you want there?
Let's play some chess, CEAZOR.
Oh, well, I really got a lot of things to do. Gotta go make some money and do some banking and stuff.
Yes, CEAZOR. I've got people to do that stuff for us. It's time I teach you how to play chess, and you can live a little.
Hello and welcome to CEAZOR Snack Sandwich. Today we're on Ethereum taking a look at KeeperDao. Now what does it say here? KeeperDao is an on-chain liquidity underwriter for DeFi. Now what does that mean? You probably will understand by the time you finish this video, but I'm not going to explain it right now. I'm going to talk about why I'm looking at this. Now, yesterday I found out that this vault was out in APE.Tax, so I clicked into the contract here and I started digging around to try to figure out what does it do. And I came across this, KeeperDao. So I did a search on KeeperDao. I was like, what is KeeperDao? So I did a little search on it. And I came up with something that I linked to here, which was completely wrong. And then luckily for me, someone came along and told me, hey, by the way, this is what it's actually doing, the KeeperDao. So today I decided to look at the KeeperDao and find out what does it do and what is it for and why should people want to put their money in here or actually just use it in the KeeperDao app themselves. So let's go into the app and talk a little bit about what you can do, and then I'll go to the docs and share with you what this thing is doing. So basically you can supply ETH, WETH, USDC, RenBTC, or DAI and gain these APYs. Now, these APYs are variable, so they will change from time to time, but that's pretty much it. So you would come here, put in your straight token, and start to gain these APYs. Now you are being rewarded with these Rook tokens, and that's what this vault is farming and selling for more of the stablecoin DAI in this case. And you know, they're probably going to do vaults on these other tokens as well. Maybe they chose DAI because it's the highest yielding one right now. I don't know. So maybe they like DAI more, or maybe they want to put it into the production vault first, or whatever. Who knows why they decided to do DAI? But I assume it's because the APY is the best, right? So what does this protocol do with these tokens that people are supplying to them? Let's go over to. Okay, so here we are on the docs of KeeperDao, and let's scroll down and find out what is this thing doing, okay? So the first actors, the first people that can deal with this protocol are the liquidity providers. These are the normal DeFi people, the everyday people that just have some tokens and they want to take advantage of this protocol. So they would supply these tokens, that's these tokens here, to the protocol, and they will get back K tokens. Now K tokens are basically just share tokens that go up in value, but your quantity stays the same inside your wallet. Okay, so this is basically, these are yield bearing tokens that you would hold in your wallet, and you're going to, when you want to cash them in to get back your money plus your profit, you would then bring these tokens back. So hold on to these tokens, don't sell them, don't give them to anybody, don't drop them down some hole or something like that. Okay, so these are the liquidity providers. Those are the people who just want to support this idea. Okay, now the major actors in here are called the keepers. Now these are people who arbitrage between dexes and liquidate unhealthy accounts on Aave, DYDX, Compound, MakerDAO, maybe Cream, and it's basically borrowing platforms. So anybody can be a keeper. They just basically have to find an opportunity to arbitrage. If you don't know what arbitrage is, basically it's just, I see that this token is cheaper here than it is over there, so I buy it here and sell it over there. So that's a basic, very, very simplified version of arbitrage, but you get the idea. And now the other side is liquidating unhealthy positions. So these are all protocols here that people lend tokens on and borrow other tokens. Now if their lending collateral goes down in value or their borrowed token goes up in value, then they might get liquidated. Now these keepers are important for the lifeblood. They are like the white blood cells of DeFi. Now, there are already lots of them going around. There are already a lot of competition for this. So this idea, KeeperDAO's idea, is to try to incentivize them, to bring them together into a kind of guild where they work together and they're no longer bidding on it. Because right now they basically bid with gas. The more gas you pay, the faster your transaction goes through, and then you are the winner. You get the arbitrage opportunity. But they want to try to get rid of this because they're wasting gas. People are wasting gas. These keepers are basically giving away profit in order to win gas races, right? So they're trying to incentivize the keepers to work together as a team. And basically what it says here, more information will be released soon on how these incentives work. So it doesn't explain right now how these keepers are being incentivized to work together instead of to compete. Okay, so downwards, there is profit here. So again, keepers are incentivized to return with more. So what does this mean? If you need money to do this, you need actual funds to do arbitrage. You need funds to liquidate unhealthy positions. So arbitrage people could, supply their own funds and just do it. But here they're allowed to do what is called a flash loan. So they can borrow it, but as long as they return it in the same transaction. As you can see, same transaction. So they borrow it, they do the arbitrage, and they return it all in one transaction, and then it's pretty much safe for the people who supplied liquidity to this protocol, because if it's not returned because they've made a mistake, then the transaction is basically canceled. Okay, so they're incentivized to return more. So like they borrow, say they borrow $100 and they make $10, and they're incentivized to give back $109 or $108 or something. They have to pay gas, so they've got to cover that. But you get the idea. So they're incentivized. But again, it doesn't say how they're incentivized. I guess this will be more clear in the future. So they do have this token, this Rook token, which is going to be their governance token and allow people to vote on things and stuff like that, like the new tokens that they want to, for new tokens to add to here, their incentives, maybe changing the incentive rates or something, some other integrations, some distributions of fees and stuff like that. Maybe they will give some fees to the holders or stakers of the Rook token, okay? So that's pretty much how it works. So as you can see, there are these three types of actors that are listed with more detail here. There are the people who supply the liquidity, so like the everyday people who want to support this idea. There are the underwriters. These are the people who are looking for liquidation opportunities. And then there is the yielders who are looking for places to put the money while it's not being used. Because there'll be times when there's no money. This money is just sitting here, so why not lend it somewhere or put it in some sort of vault or something? They'll figure it out which is the most gas efficient place to put this and best yielding and so forth. So there's people who are doing this job as well. So I think it's pretty interesting. Now you can decide what you want to do. If you feel bullish on this and you want to take part in governance, then you can just put your tokens in here and farm some of these governance tokens. I can't seem to find out, how many governance tokens you're going to get for supplying here. There's no clear this APY is broken down by this much of profit and this much of Rook tokens and so forth. And I could be wrong, or maybe there's no more actual farming being done, and that's why I can't find this anywhere. The other option is what I showed you, this Granddaddy Grandmaster DAI. You could put it in here. Now, people might think, oh, this is, farming and dumping the token, but it's actually supplying this ecosystem with funds. So if you actually put your money in here, you put your DAI in here, then you're actually supporting this system by adding funds to this pool that they can use to perform the tasks that they want to perform. So that's pretty much covers this idea. I haven't gone into a whole depth, but I wasn't able to find all the information I was looking for inside here. And I think it's pretty interesting. Oh, there's one more thing I should mention, and that is this has been audited by 3 separate independent auditors. So you have PeckShield, Quantum Stamp, and SAM. All 3 of them have audited it, so you can come and check these out as well. You can go to the Discord and ask questions, but I went there, I asked a couple of questions I didn't get answered, but there's a lot of people talking to each other in there, and they're, I don't want to say they're nerds, but they're talking, they're not talking my language, so to speak, right? So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and good luck with your DeFi. Goodbye.